Hey guys, a long time no see. I have not made a video since my pregnancy announcement. So if you don't know, I am pregnant with my third little baby. So I just wanted to make a video today. So if you're new here, my name is Alexis and I'm just going to start off with a laundry chat. I like to watch these. I think it's such a good idea to get some of the laundry out the way and also talk while you're doing it. I'm recording this on my phone, so if my eyes look a little crazy, that's why. I don't really know where to look. So if it's like this, I'm looking at myself, and if it's like this, I'm trying to look at the camera. At least I think that's where the camera is. Toby is asleep in his bed, and he's taking a nap, and Mike is watching a show out there. So I'm just gonna get ahead and start folding the laundry and update you guys. So obviously, if you don't know, you're probably like, wait, you're pregnant? Yes, I am pregnant. I am officially 20 weeks today, so I'm officially halfway done with my pregnancy. I'm just gonna answer like some questions that I have gotten when I like put it out there, like to ask me questions on my Instagram, which is Alexis N Diaz _. That is my Instagram. It is private, so you'll have to request to follow. I deleted my Raising Baby Diaz Instagram account because this channel, I don't want to say it's no longer gonna be like a mommy channel, because like it is, but I just don't want it to be based around like my kids and like showing my kids as often, and I want it to be more based around me. So as I'm in my kids' room talking about my kids, but it's a little difficult, like I have mentioned in previous videos, because my kids are like the sole purpose of my life in this time of my life. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm going to have 3 of them, and so like my life revolves around them. Wow, this is so ghetto. I'm sorry, it's just gonna be really casual, okay? I'm not gonna try to have the most perfect setup or whatever, because no. But I don't want to show his little tidy whities on camera, but I'm folding a lot of them. This boy, he changes underwear like 100 times a day. He likes to be clean. But anyways, I found out my baby's gender. Funny story. I actually thought it was a girl at first. I did the sneak peek blood test at 8 weeks and it said girl. And I always heard that girl results were like super accurate and unlikely to be wrong because you can't contaminate the girl results. And I took it at 8 weeks with Tobias and it said boy and it was correct. So I just went with it. But no, it is indeed a little boy. I'm having my 3rd baby boy. So it's not a girl. If you see my post and you're like, which is it? It's a boy. He's a boy. Which I am fine with. I've always felt like I was going to be a boy mom because my husband's family is like men. And I would definitely prefer, like if I had to pick 3 girls or 3 boys, I would pick 3 boys. I'd be happy with whichever, of course. But I'm not sad that I'm not having a girl. I wasn't sad when they told me that he was a boy. I was definitely excited I was having a girl, and I wanted a girl since Gio is pretty convinced that this is our last pregnancy. I would have loved to experience a little girl. Like, I still want a girl, but I'm not upset that he's not a girl. I only have room in my heart for 1 girl. So like, that's all I want is just 1 girl. And yeah, I don't know. Right now, I'm gonna only be a mom to boys. The only thing that makes me a little sad is like, I won't be able to experience some things from like the mom's view, like my daughter's wedding or like her pregnancy. But I know that doesn't necessarily mean much because I could get a daughter-in-law who likes me and lets me be super involved in that way. Because some people don't even have that with their own mothers. So that's that. Look, this is Toby's. Can you believe he's this big already? He's a big boy. This is 2T, and it fits him. It's a little roomy, but it fits him. He's very tall. Was this pregnancy planned? Yes. Okay, I'm not someone to have 20 oops babies. No. My children were planned. Micah was planned. I mean, it wasn't intentional, but we weren't using protection. So looking back, like what were we thinking? Like what were we expecting to not have a baby? So we say he was planned, and Tobias was planned, and this one was planned as well. I got pregnant 9 months postpartum. I was still breastfeeding, and I only had one postpartum period, and I was pregnant. So very quick. I wanted them closer this time. So yeah, I know some people are like, oh my God, because I used to be that way, but you know what you want? And I realize that a lot of it is just projection. People are like, oh my God, aren't you scared? Because they would be scared. And at first I was not scared at all. I'm like, been there, done that. Then it set in and I was slightly freaking out. But now I'm not scared at all. I'm really not. I'm just gonna go with the flow, figure it out. We will manage, and I'm excited. So no, I'm not scared. I'm happy. This is what I wanted. And people can want different things. You don't want babies close? Cool, I've been there. That's why I waited with Micah, and they have like a 3-year gap basically, because I was like, heck nah. We're not really sure on his name yet. The pregnancy has been really good, thankfully. Not nearly as rough as Tobias's. Tobias was a very rough pregnancy. Like, that boy tortured me literally from the start. I was vomiting. I was very anxious and depressed. I had like several bleeding scares while I was pregnant with him, thinking that I was miscarrying him. And then everything went on to be good, and then I had him, and then I hemorrhaged severely during his birth. And so yeah, he just tortured me in every way you can think of. My hairs are like all inside of his pajamas. I don't want them in there. And this time I've not had any bleeding. I vomited once, but that's it. And I've not felt too sick. I've had some headaches. I'm starting to feel very tired. Instead of like first trimester exhaustion, I'm having it in the second trimester, because I am in my second trimester. But it's mostly when I first wake up and at night that I just feel like dead. But I'm really thankful. I was worried how I would cope with a hard pregnancy and 2 little kids, but it hasn't been bad at all. Knock on some freaking wood. I think that's fake wood, but whatever. So I'm very thankful for that. Tobias is officially 1. He'll be 18 months when the baby comes. A year and a half. So I'm gonna have 2 babies. It's gonna be a little crazy. I know I'm crazy. Micah will be 4 in June, 4 years old, and he will be going to school this year. He'll be going to pre-K. So it'll be kind of hard in the way I'll have to like wake up and be bringing him to school, but it'll also be easy in the way that for a few hours during the day, I'll only have 2. I have 2 now, and then I'm gonna have 2 then pretty much. Gio and I are doing well. We're still in our apartment. We are moving soon though. And we're just saving on our financial like journey. I was making videos for a while. We officially paid off our Kia. We have no debt at the moment. Our credit looks really nice. And I'm not 100% Ramsey, by the way. I'm Dave Ramsey-ish. That's why I have a credit. Because I tried his whole no credit thing and it sucked. It was like, we couldn't even get this apartment without any credit. And it's not even like a nice apartment, so. We have our 6-month emergency fund. So now we just have a few other funds that we want to save up for. We have about 2 trips we want to save up for, and a house down payment that we want to save up for. We could honestly do it really soon. It's just a matter of our income. Right now, for us personally, we can rent a lot cheaper than we can purchase. So we'll see what happens there. We're still gonna start the journey to start saving for something. And also we're thinking about getting a larger vehicle because ours is tight. I've made the 3 car seats work. I have the Graco Slim Fit LX3. It's the 16-inch one. I have 2 of those, and then the bucket seat will go. I have the Kiko Key Fit 30, and that's one of the slimmer ones. And so Tobias is behind me rear facing in the Slim Fit. Micah's in the middle forward facing in the Slim Fit. I barely turned him around. He would still be rear facing, but since baby brother's coming, I just wanted to see if I could make the car seats fit, and they will fit. And he's about to be 4, and he's not exactly maxing out the car seat yet, but I really can't imagine me personally lugging if I had 3 rear facing, I don't know how I would get the middle child into the car seat in the middle seat. Micah could probably climb into there, but then I don't know how I would properly make sure he's strapped in, because right now it's a little bit of a hassle. I'm practicing making sure he's strapped in correctly, like over Toby, buckling him in over Toby, because this way he can climb in and get himself in the middle seat really easily. And if I have to, from the front seat, I can buckle him. So yeah, I see people have their 3 across and they put the middle child in and buckle them, and I'm like, my back would die. So since he's almost 4, we're forward facing him right now. I still honestly would prefer him to be rear facing, and he still could, but until the baby gets here. And I guess if we really wanted to, we could make it work, but I don't know. I can't imagine being freshly postpartum, throwing any kid in the middle and buckling them. It's just easiest for Micah to climb up in there and sit down. So that's that. We're doing all right. Gio's working a lot right now. That's where he's at right now, is at work. For me, at the moment, I change my mind all the time. I do have plans on returning to school. I think I've finally settled on what I want to do. But I really want to go now, during the summer, and I want to start in the fall even, but I just don't want to put that pressure on myself to be studying with a brand new baby. With Toby, I started when he was, he was 7 months old when I went back. I did go to school with him, actually. I never really talked about it, but I did take a few classes with Tobias, and then with Micah, I went back when he was 2, 3 months old. So I had a little bit of time. With this baby, I would be a quarter of the way into the semester when the baby would come, and I just don't want to have to deal with that. So I don't know when. We will see my options when I start thinking about going back, because I have quite a few different options, and I just have to see what I want, because my babies are only babies once, and I only get to be with them until they go to school once. And I could continue to stay home once they're in school, but I don't really see that happening at this moment. But life can change, That's the biggest thing I've learned. I've always been that person that I do what I say and I stick to what I say. And I just realized it's okay to be flexible, and it helps my anxiety a lot to realize that it's okay to change your mind. Everyone can change their mind, and sometimes it's for the better, and that you can't control your life. You really can't, no matter how hard you try. So that is pretty much that. I'm almost done with the laundry now. Took me about 15 minutes. I don't know if I'm slow at this. But yeah, Micah's doing well. Toby's doing well. Gio and I are doing well. The pregnancy is going well. And I've just really been enjoying my life kind of off the social media. I haven't even really had much to update with on the pregnancy. I know with Micah, I made them like every other week, the pregnancy updates starting from like 12 weeks. And with Toby, I did them about monthly. And this time, I'll probably honestly doing like per trimester. Because I do like to look back on those videos and like I don't want to cry. It's the pregnancy hormones and like, you know, like it's just really bittersweet memories to like see what you went through with your previous kids. And I love my kids so much, and I just really want to make sure that I don't just like forget about it, and I at least can upload it and like private it or something. Like no one has to even see it, but I just do want those because I do look back on those videos and they're never even that good. Like my birth vlogs don't even show much, but I still enjoy them. And Micah loves to watch it, especially because you see him like crying. And his first birthday video, I've not made one with Toby. I'm not really sure if I am or not. But my kids are my soft spot, if you can't tell. They drive me crazy, but when it comes to my kids, like that's where I will break down. Like, don't come for my kids because I will probably murder you. But now I'm just matching some socks, but I'm almost done. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this little update. It was kind of all over the place, but like I've mentioned in a previous video, I don't want to I want to still share, but I don't want to overshare. I've been guilty of oversharing, and I think it's important to talk about some things that I've talked about, but also no one really cares. No one really cares. I bet no one cares. They really don't. You think that they do, and they think that they do, but they don't care. Here's all my little sad no match socks. So yeah, a lot of this goes right here. So yeah, I'll show you the bump before I go. Oh, little baby bump. 20 weeks today. I'm actually feel like I'm showing a little bit more than I was with Tobias at this gestation. I saw a photo and my tummy was so flat. This is me sucking it. I can feel my uterus so much this time. It is okay, it's harder to tell right now, but it's usually about right here right now. This is the uterus, and the rest is just tummy. And I feel him quite a bit. I didn't start feeling him till I'm not really sure when, maybe 17, 18 weeks. With Toby, I was feeling him at 13 weeks, and with Micah, I was feeling him at 20 weeks. But his kicks are definitely the strongest I've felt at this gestation by far. And it hasn't really been too hard having back-to-back pregnancies. I was worried about my body. My body's definitely changed since having children. I do have some ab separation. I think it's called diastasis recti. I have a hernia in my belly button, but it doesn't hurt me, and they won't even do anything about it until you're officially done having babies. And my pelvic floor is extremely weak, but again, they don't do anything, or they don't recommend you doing much therapy for it until you're done having babies and breastfeeding, because breastfeeding has that hormone that's similar to the one during pregnancy, and it makes your ligaments loose. So sometimes your pelvic problems will ease up after you're done breastfeeding. But I've been breastfeeding since 2017. I got pregnant in 2016. 2017, I gave birth and I was breastfeeding. 2018, I was breastfeeding. 2019, I was breastfeeding, and then I wasn't breastfeeding for 1 month. And then I got pregnant with Tobias. So 2019, I was also pregnant. 2020, I was pregnant, and then I gave birth and I was breastfeeding. And then I also got pregnant in December. So I was pregnant, breastfeeding, and pregnant in December. And so far in 2021, I was breastfeeding and pregnant. Tobias stopped breastfeeding. That's for a different video, right when he was 1. And so I don't breastfeed and I'm not pregnant anymore. Like I don't do the both at the same time, but I am still pregnant and I'm going to give birth in 2021 and then breastfeed again in 2021. And hopefully I will breastfeed until 2023, until he's 2 is my goal. I was pregnant twice in 2020. But it hasn't been hard in that regard. I was really like afraid that it would be physically hard on me. And I would have a lot of symptoms and have to care for my baby and my toddler. I guess they're both toddlers now, but Tobias is still kind of a baby. And so I was worried about that, but no, it physically, I think it's been my easiest pregnancy yet. I definitely felt growing pains with Micah and way more with Toby. My hips were hurting very early on. And I waited the 2 years between pregnancies like they recommend, and it just freaking hurts so bad. I think since I already have like the loose ligaments, there's not much stretching my body has to do because it's just kind of stretched already. So yeah, I'm due in September if I've never mentioned. And that's pretty much it. It's been good. I'm over the moon. I'm not gonna cry. But this is like literally what I wanted. And I just feel very grateful for my kids, my little boy, and you know, my husband who takes care of us, and I'm able to stay home with my kids. And when I'm like, babe, I want another baby, he's like, let's go for it, except he says he's done. So yeah, we'll see. But I'm gonna officially go now. I've said bye like 20 times, and I'll catch you whenever I make another video. No promises when. Maybe that'll be when this baby's like 6 months old, who knows. But you can follow me on Instagram at AlexisNDiaz_. I post a little bit more frequently there, but I'm going.